There's a new survey out about the state of play here in Michigan, and many parents know all too well that kids are not being active enough. And this new data shows that the problem is not just at home, it's at school as well.
Yeah, that's right. And joining us this morning is Ryan Schruck, an elementary school principal in northern Michigan, to talk to us about the importance of recess time. Good morning.
Good morning. And I got to let you know, it's snowing up north in Michigan, and we're still going to go outside.
Well, listen,
I mean, it's only April.
you can keep it up there.
Yeah, please don't bring it
keep
here.
It all the way up there. Your kids are going to love that at recess time. But,
yeah, it's fun playing in the snow when it's, when you're a kid.
When you're a kid.
It is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's been a long season. It's April. It's
For
April.
sure. When it comes to
April.
recess and getting kids active, what are your thoughts?
Well, recess, I think, has become more and more. There's a bigger spotlight on recess and play right now, only because I think we're just coming out of a 2-year span of distancing kids and keeping masks on. Trying to keep kids safe in our schools has been a priority. As we start getting back to normal, whatever that looks like, as we get back to that state, one thing that we're noticing is that students need more time to play. They need more unstructured time to practice all of those social skills that are needed to be successful in the classroom.
Look, adults sometimes need it too, Ryan. But let's talk about the organizations that participated in this research and then tell us what the research found.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this study is really trying to understand a little bit better about what recess is looking like across the state of Michigan. We all know that the research says that it's important. Active physical movement is important. We've looked at brain scans since the late 90s and early 2000s, looking at the activity level of the brain after a 20-minute walk. And so there's a recommendation of at least 20 minutes a day for recess. But I think if you've been in the classroom, if you've served in an elementary school, you know that 20 minutes a day, that's a bare minimum. Kids need a lot more time outside to play and practice all those skills. So from this survey and all the work that's gone into this, with an excellent partnership with Playworks, what we're finding is some best practice recommendations. And a lot of these recommendations do not require additional funding. They really just require some intentional planning. So when schools are looking at their schedules, looking at recess, one of the first things that we looked at is we can't take recess away from kids. That's an important time of the day. We wouldn't take math away when they're struggling with math. So when students are struggling with social skills, we don't want to take recess away. We want to give them more opportunities to practice those social skills, empathy, social perspective taking.
Very
So what
true.
do you think needs to change in order to get kids more active and as you said, learn those valuable life skills?
Well, I think one of the important factors to consider here is when we look at how much time we spend in an instructional day. We dedicate so many minutes towards reading, towards math, science, social studies. We build in all of those specials or essential classes. But sometimes the last thing we look at is recess. And a lot of this research is saying, actually, one of the first things we should look at is recess and how much unstructured time kids have to go out and again, practice those skills that they need on the playground.
Absolutely. I think you learn a lot on the playground, right?
You certainly do. What did the report say and the survey say about adults and recess time?
Well, as
We
far
want
as
nap time.
adults and educators really need to take some time to understand what safety measures need to be in place, and how to facilitate. We've all been on the playground, right? And so there's an argument about how a game is being played or who had the ball first. So we need to be really intentional with how we're approaching students to help them solve those problems themselves and not solving it for them. And I think that what that does is it provides students more of an opportunity to be empowered as leaders in our classrooms. So they take ownership of solving problems on their own on the playground, and that transcends back into the classroom when they're struggling to solve a
Right.
math.
I was referring to adults getting a little bit of recess at work, but that also works too.
Thank
Ryan
you.
Schruck.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Yes, thank you, Ryan.
Forgive me.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning, and just
Absolutely.
very good information for parents.
Have a great
to know.
day.
Yes,
Thank you
you
as
too.
well.